Welcome back to BCFM, the Beyond Coruscant podcast, our first podcast in the new year, 2026. Thank you for joining us. You are live, as always, with Cooper and Jack. We are very, very excited to have you here again for this first episode of the new year. Very exciting. And what a year 2026 is going to be. Huge year for film and TV, and you best believe we will be here breaking down, reacting to, discussing all of those releases. In fact, we're going to do a little discussion on that today. Jack, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and I hope everyone watching and listening to this is doing well and had a good new year. This year hopefully will bring better excitement for some films and television. I think it will. Already with all the kind of rumored stuff that are coming out, I think it's going to be a good year.
Yes. Well, the lineup of movies this year is very, very impressive. And obviously, I think we went into 2025 thinking like good thoughts about the year, but it probably didn't deliver as we'd hoped. But that's okay. We still got some good gems out of it. But 2026, given the lineup, we just really feel like there's going to be some absolute bangers in there. But we've got a good lineup of discussion today. We're going to talk about Marvel because that seems to be the hot topic every single week nowadays. They're just doing such a good job at the moment with the marketing and with the releases coming out. Then we're going to move on to a little bit of Stranger Things 5 discussion, maybe a little bit of Stranger Things as a whole, as a discussion. And then we'll move into this 2026 preview, ranking some of the most hyped movies for the year. But let's begin with Marvel because, again, that is just where all the attention is now. And let's start with Doomsday because
100%.
That is kind of all anyone is talking about at the moment. We knew that we were getting teaser trailers for this film. We knew we were getting 4. I personally thought the last one was going to be the official teaser trailer, but no, we got the new one that is still not officially released. Technically, the Xmen trailer is also not officially released.
It's meant to be officially
released. But I have seen the Xmen trailer. I haven't seen the new one, but I've heard about it. Are you in the same boat, Jack?
I've seen just some. I haven't seen clips of the new one after the X-Men. I've just seen stills, like really poorly rendered stills.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel like probably let's talk about the X-Men one because that's one we've both seen. I felt like, yes, the Steve Rogers trailer was a bit, it was cool that he's coming back.
I didn't like it. I did not like it.
Jack doesn't like it. It kind of felt a bit cheap, and like Jack would say, I suppose it undermines Sam Wilson's character as Captain America, what Brave New World was about. The Thor trailer kind of was okay. It indicated this darker tone that was coming, and I liked it. I don't know if it was Chris Hemsworth or if someone along, like a caption they posted with the trailer said, "When even a god has to pray for strength." Like, that's crazy. How powerful is Doom going to be because of that?
I think the Thor one, I think it's quite funny because imagine watching Thor: Love and Thunder and then going into this teaser trailer. You just be like,
that's true.
Did you just skip over that movie because it feels like the Thor from Infinity War?
Well, I feel like you could skip it. Oh no, Ragnarok. You need Ragnarok, but
Ragnarok. But like I don't know. I like where I'm sorry about like retcons and all that kind of stuff. I want them to go back to the serious Thor because Thor himself is a serious character at heart. And like, I don't want him to be bland like he was in like his first 2 outings of the movie. But like, there's a nice balance between kind of like punk rock and then like proper like God, you know what I mean?
Punk rock.
Punk rocker.
Yeah, punk rocker. Yes, no, I agree. I agree. And then this X-Men trailer, which came out in theaters, I think last week. Or maybe it's this week coming out.
It was the week before, I think,
I think this trailer has people the most excited because it really indicates that there are going to be some serious consequences in this film. And there's the one shot that everyone's talking about is Cyclops ripping off his visor and giving his best impression of his best beam. Just straight at the sky. Just, oh man, it looks awesome. Looks so cool. And then you got Charles and you've got Magneto just having their old discussion and talking about death as they always do, you know. But this, I was wondering how the X-Men would be included in this film in a meaningful way. And this to me signals that it's going to be probably the end of the X-Men. just based on what we've seen, and it looks really cool.
Yeah. So with the X-Men, I do agree in the sense that I feel like it's like the introduction is going to be more of. I feel like this movie, the way that they're doing these teaser trailers and stuff, they're definitely going to have like cuts instead of cuts to like just a new scene. It'll be cuts away from like one team to another, and then at the end or something, they'll be like together, or like you know what I mean, like they'll be working together, but you see them from their separate perspectives. It's not like the Avengers where I don't think it's going to be like Endgame and stuff where everyone just happened to be at that portal battle like all at once, you know what I mean, with the portals.
Yeah.
I think they're all going to be doing their own separate thing, attacking the one big threat, which is Doom. And I think with the X-Men one, obviously with the leaked stuff of even before these trailers, did you see the set photos at the X Mansion and stuff?
Yep.
So obviously we know they're fighting the Sentinels and stuff, which are obviously very powerful beings and stuff that can wipe out many X-Men. That's probably going to be a way for them to cull some of the herd, I guess you could say, for the film. So they don't have to have all the X-Men in it kind of thing. Hot take. I love Professor X and I love Magneto. However, can we lay Ian McCallum and Patrick Stewart to rest because they are so old, man. Like,
damn,
no, not like,
you want to kill them?
No. They're already so old. I'm trying to say like just retire them as their what's it called acting roles because like I was watching Magneto and I was just like this guy is like he's so old. I'm just like how is he even speaking right now? I'm just like and obviously we've seen him on like in real life and stuff getting pushed around on the red carpet and everything. I think was that him or was that that was Michael Caine, actually. I think it was, maybe. It was one of them.
Okay.
It was one of the old legendary actors anyway. And I'm just like, these actors are so good, man, but like, let's not force them. Like, just let them retire. You know what I mean? Like, they did their best with the characters. And I just don't want to see them have a bad fate in the movie. It'll just make me, like, more upset. You know what I mean?
I think,
bringing them in to just die. Like,
I think this is the point now because obviously that X-Men era is over. We've seen glimpses of it in like the Deadpool movies. Like, that is over. That ended with Dark Phoenix.
We'll
and
be getting
I guess
a reboot.
Days of Future Past as well. And it's looking towards the reboot. This is a way to like really end their story.
True, but like for example, Professor X had a good end of the story, like Logan in Logan. But I guess the same with even Wolverine. You know what I mean? It could just be different. We might just have to look at them as different variants, realistically. You know what I mean? Like even though they're the ones from the 2000s. Like Logan and stuff, they were a different variant again. And then Deadpool and Wolverine was a different Wolverine again. So it's kind of like, but anyway, Cyclops, so cool. Even from a poorly rendered video, the CGI looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I would like to mention though, my main gripe. So you're telling me all MCU fans happen to now be on the side of Doomsday because you got Cyclops doing what Cyclops should be doing. Like using his laser vision. Oh my gosh, guys! Everyone get hype. He's doing what we. Oh, by the way, Thanos.
Oh, no shit.
But everyone's getting. Oh, Marvel's back. Marvel's back to peak, dude. It's him using his ability. Why is the bar so low? like what? And people said it about Captain America, like Steve Rogers, Captain America returning too. I'm like, guys. You not telling me that you force me to sit through these horrible Disney Plus shows to then just basically say, "See you later. We're going back to the OGs." You're not making me do that because I went through torture during those shows. So don't act like now all of a sudden you can just show me Cyclops using his cool beam and go, "Yep, well done, Marvel. You know how to write a character." Sorry, had to pull out that rant.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I understand why people are excited though, because I feel like this is
justice.
accurate.
You know?
This is justice.
And the suit, probably more the fact it looked really good.
Yes, I agree. The suit did look good. It looked just slightly off perfect for me, but no, I'm not complaining. But I do think that kind of indicates more so in an action sense what the tone of the film is going to be like. Thor's one was the overall tone. The X-Men one was like, oh, we're getting a bit gritty, some action at the X Mansion, and it's going to be like some heat, literal heat.
Yeah. I agree.
The other trailer that came out.
It's not really out.
It's not out. It's not even been leaked yet. The whole thing's not been leaked. Yeah. Was a Fantastic Four and Wakanda crossover trailer, which is an interesting duo. I didn't think that is how the Fantastic Four or the Wakandans would be
doing
brought
together.
into. Yeah, I didn't think that they would cross over at all. But did you say the dialogue?
No, what was the dialogue?
Oh, it was like Reed was saying, we need help to find our child. I thought I had it figured out, but now I'm coming to the biggest brain on Earth, or something along those lines. And talking
It's
about
always
Shuri.
him questioning. Yeah, it's always it questioning his own intelligence. Read
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
everything he has to do is I'm not smart enough. It's just like what's it called? The Flash in the CW show. I've got to get faster. What? I thought you said you were the fastest man alive.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Not smartest anymore.
But again, I feel like we need to see the trailer. I don't think it can probably ever top the X-Men one, but I do appreciate that we will be getting some indication as to where these two groups are going. Because Fantastic Four, I guess it kind of made sense because they're so tied to Doom. But
and the post-credit scene.
Yeah, and the post-credit scene. But for Shuri and for the rest of the Wakandans, I feel like they had their moment in Infinity War. Do we really need them back?
Well, I don't think it's going to be the whole crew. It'll just be like the main characters probably. Like my more funniest thing, the picture I've got in my head, just trying to see Ben Grimm chilling out, having a bevy with Namor. With Namor. Just imagine him just being shirtless with these like spears or whatever. And then, and then Ben Grimm's just there like, hey, what's up? Like, what? Like, how are they ever, like, I just can't see them interact. But anyway, I'm glad he's returning because actually, he was my favorite part of Wakanda Forever. Mm-hmm. Like, I thoroughly liked Namor.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
I am so happy he's back. Like, maybe they're just going to be doing like a water-based assault, ground assault, aerial assault, space assault, maybe. I don't know, like different kind of things that will end up like apparently have you heard also too here's another rumored leak thing that one of a biggest fight scene is going to be set in the void again.
I did hear that.
Like I am sick of
the void.
It's just a way to have lazy backgrounds because it's just neutral gray with some hidden Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And just you can cause as much chaos as you want because there's no repercussions. Like it's just I know that's going to become probably what Doom will end up using to be like Battle World and stuff. But it's just like I don't know. It's more impactful if you're destroying the actual like living landscape. You know what I mean? Rather than just an a after death period. Like
I agree, but also I feel like I don't know what an incursion looks like. But to me, it's two worlds smashing into each other. And I feel like that would be a really cool
visual
battle setting, if that's even possible. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of what's freaking me out is that there's a lot of things happening with Doomsday and there's a lot of unknowingness still with Doomsday. And it's freaking me out because there can't be all this stuff and it can't be all this good and it can't like the Russo brothers, okay, they've been really good with it when it comes to Marvel stuff, but any other project that they've done outside of Marvel has been pretty bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, are we really trusting them here to just handle this many characters, this many storylines, trying to intertwine into one and be good? Like, I don't know. I'm still very skeptical with it. Unlike some people who are just like, yeah, cool scene. I'm excited now, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, we're technically less than a year out now, but
still a long time. Yeah.
There is still a long time. And I was just thinking, but my bloody Wi-Fi is not working for some reason. Avengers Secret Wars should start filming very soon.
Well, yeah, probably got to be back-to-back-ish, doesn't it? Is it going to be coming out like in terms of, would it be like the April, May, or is it too close to edit and film?
Maybe, but I also feel like I remember Doomsday starting filming at the start of 2025, but that was a really quick production. Like,
I feel like they
really
did
quick.
I feel like those leaked photos were probably from reshoots more than anything.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, I can't get this information.
Anyway, I'll bring up the next part for Doomsday, our last kind of interesting thing, which I think is getting me the most excited actually because of one reason, because of the way he will be enacting his plans. The leaked Doom poster. So obviously with technology nowadays, people have been abusing AI and what's it called, like, you know, creating their what's it called concept of what they heard about and what some people saw about. But anyway, there is a photo of there's a leaked image of Doom basically with his hood and his mask overlooking a chessboard with the pieces of like the characters of our superheroes. And it that makes me almost more excited knowing that he's got a plan and it's a long-term one, and it's also hopefully meaning that not only is he a physical threat, but a smarter one. Like Thanos, he didn't scare me as much of his brains. Like everyone was like, "Oh, look how smart he is, half the population and all this kind of stuff." I'm like, yeah, but his plan was basically just to overpower all the Avengers and hopefully not have Captain Marvel and stuff there because he didn't know about some of them. You know what I mean? Like realistically, I want a very smart, like what's it called, villain, and I think Kang was probably going to be like that, but obviously situations happened with that, and that didn't happen. But it makes me more happy knowing that they are focusing on his brains, not only his really cool powers, because I think that's what makes a good villain in my opinion. So that's why I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I think we're slowly getting more information about this film, which is good and bad. Like we probably want to go in as blind as possible, but I guess we also can't wait because again, there's still so much unknown about.
Are we going to watch the full trailer if it comes out like next year? I mean, not next year, this year. Like, is that the thing we're going to, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like maybe we should watch the teaser, like the official teaser, but if that's such a thing, but maybe not the
because I feel like this is going to be all over social media anyway. You know what I mean?
It will.
Like, I'm hoping Russo brothers, if you're listening and you haven't made the trailer yet, please don't spoil anything in the trailer. Just give us a tease. I don't need to see the biggest events of the whole thing in the trailer, please.
So, just a theory. I'm going to assume, well, okay, it's still December. I was going to say maybe they'll have a Super Bowl trailer, but
they said it
probably
March.
Go to Spider-Man.
No, they said apparently all these teaser trailers are going to lead up to a bigger.
Okay.
I don't know if they said teaser like a full teaser trailer or a trailer, but March.
Well, Super Bowl's in Feb, so it won't be. It'll be Spider-Man for Super Bowl, but okay, if that's a March release, I don't know. It's going to be hard to steer clear of spoilers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because people just nowadays with TikTok and stuff, people make edits of every single like scene in like the lowest res possible. So it's like if they get their hands on like a full-fledged trailer, we're doomed.
We're doomed. Some may say we've reached the doomsday.
Yeah. And on that note,
let's switch to another Marvel project just very quickly.
Yep, let's do
Wonder Man. Under the radar. I don't think the marketing was very good, but okay. Here's another thing. I would be certain that 99% of the population didn't even know this show was being developed.
100%.
They didn't announce it at any convention. Like, I know they did.
They had it in like a Future Ahead Disney Plus, like one of those.
They did. But that was like things a year or 2 years ago. Like, but they and we've only just got our first real look at it now. Yep. And we're only less than a month away.
Less than a month.
From the series. Look, I'm not that familiar or knowledgeable about Wonder Man as a character, but I thought literally it might just be a random guy like trying to get onto a superhero like show. But I'm like, that's interesting, but that's not really Marvel. But then it's like, oh, okay, he's actually got powers, and now it's this world of, hey, you can't be an actor if you've got superpowers. And it's like, oh, okay, that could be interesting.
I think it's going to be an underrated gem. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking. I don't think it's going to be even all that good. I just think it's going to be a fun little like side quest.
Yep.
And Wonder Man, like out of all characters to join like into the big MCU, like it's like Moon Knight and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Moon Knight is a big character, yet he's been sidelined heavy. Everyone back when Moon Knight came out would be like, yeah, he's in the next Avengers, or you would assume. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell me Wonder Man is a better character than Moon Knight. Like, sorry.
I don't know. I haven't seen Wonder Man.
But you know what I mean? Like, as in like a character depth and everything. Like, Moon Knight is very culturally there in terms of like the MCU, like lore and everything. Like, not MCU, just Marvel lore. But yeah, and all episodes releasing, I think that is good because it might generate more hype if everyone binge watches it and goes, holy, this is actually like kind of good. You know what I mean? So then everyone gets it. If it was a weekly one and you just had a mini episode, and then every TikTok YouTuber goes, no one's going to pick it up again. No one will even bother with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if it's all at once, you can binge it, and then it's easy to binge because people can just get a quick 2-week Disney Plus subscription, watch it, then get their review out. If you're doing weekly to weekly, you're going to wait till the end, or no one's even going to bother through the first one. So it's like, smart, very smart.
Also, I feel like it's very... it's hard for audiences, and it's also not fair for audiences to have to wait week on week for a 20, 30-minute episode
100%.
of,
It's like a
of
sitcom.
TV. That's not fair.
Yeah, it's like waiting to Well, we waited for sitcoms back in the day, but that
We
was
did.
also on free TV, not paid. You know what I mean? You waited like on free-to-air TV, like the next night or the next whatever. You know what I mean? But like when you're paying for a subscription, you don't want to be kind of dragged along for a show that doesn't need to be a weekly release. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah. Well, I mean, Wonder Man, it's literally coming out in like 20 something days from the time we're recording.
22 days, I think.
Yeah, we'll be watching it. We'll give our thoughts on it. And hopefully it's good. And I don't know how Wonder Man's gonna like incorporate into the rest of the MCU. Probably won't like a She-Hulk or a Moon Knight. Probably just will exist but won't contribute. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes because I thought the trailer was very different and also like really cool.
He's also a good actor, by the way. Great actor.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before.
Really?
Abdul
the second. Yeah. He's he was the Aquaman villain, and he was also he was also in the Candyman reboot horror movie. Okay. So yeah, good actor. I like him in both those things. So I like him.
Excited to see
in a popular TV show, but I can't remember what that was. I think. But yeah, he's good. He's good.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be keeping our eyes on Wonder Man. All right. Now there was this little show that came out a couple years ago on Netflix, and it kind of revolutionized TV. Yeah. And just the other day, it had its final episode, which was over 2 hours long.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Yep.
Talking, of course, about Stranger Things. It's all, I would say, besides Doomsday, it's the hot topic of pop culture at the moment. Yep. My good friend Jack has seen it. I have not, so I'm completely irrelevant in this discussion.
Let's rip him into the comments. He's never watched.
Yeah. I've never watched Stranger Things. Just never got on board with it. Maybe one day, but I just no. Anyway, Jack, would you like to share your thoughts on Stranger Things and season 5?
Yep. Look, I'll keep it. Not too long. I won't say short, but not too long. So there is 2 fans right now. There are the fans who thought season 5 was a nice way to end for our characters, and it was made for our audiences who grew up with it. And then you have your younger fans who were maybe slightly a bit younger when it came out, and the people who are probably more on TikTok and the likes of what the media like to call Gen Z. So like us, I guess, that matter, like to think that we had over expectations and that it wasn't a big enough finale and there wasn't enough deaths. Okay. I am on the fence of both. I think that with my issue with Stranger Things is that people treated it, myself included, like it was Breaking Bad, or it was like a, Sopranos, or like a big heavy hitter show. Let me just reinforce to you guys that Stranger Things was a mini little show that was meant to get the nostalgic of like the 80s, like get the nostalgia of the 80s and be a fun little kid show with some scary elements like a lot of the movies back in that time period, and it wasn't meant to be something too serious. However, season 4 kind of changed the game a bit, added in hour-long episodes, the actors started getting older, then they added Vecna, and then the lore got bigger. And then with that being said, everyone's theories start getting bigger, their expectations start getting bigger, and then it gets blown out of proportion. Okay, now that I've got that out the way, I think that the finale did a perfect job at wrapping up our wholesome characters' ends without being like a massive like Breaking Bad, or like I said before, Game of Thrones kind of finale where, it needs to have major implications. Why is people basically online wanting our main characters, which by the way, for our generation are similar ages to us, to die in a wholehearted family friendship show? You know what I mean? Like, we grew up with these characters and the kids themselves as the actors, and now you want them to just die? Like, it doesn't automatically mean that it's going to be a good finale if some of our main characters die. And I think that's where people are getting it wrong. Like, their excuse is not about what actually happened in the finale and everything. It's more that I wanted this person to die. I wanted this person to die. It would have made it better. It would have made it better if this person died. No, that's not what a good show does. It doesn't just kill people for the sake of it and being like, yep, that means we're being serious now. You know what I mean? Like, my biggest issue was probably just the writing. I think like season 5 felt very rushed. they skipped over some elements, and then in the finale, which was 2 hours long, they basically said, "Oh yeah, our main villain Vecna actually wasn't our main villain. He was just mind controlled by the Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer was actually the villain all along. Yet we focused our whole last season on Vecna, making him to be the big bad, and now all of a sudden, he's just not." So it's kind of like one of those, huh? Yeah, we probably should have developed that a bit more in the previous seasons to lead up to it, because the Mind Flayer for people like you, Cooper, he was the main villain in season 3, right? And then he got defeated. We never saw him. We never saw him again. Season 4, we had Vecna, and we're like, "Oh, here we go." And then you got hints of maybe like there's a Mind Flare maybe in action and stuff with the history of Vecna. And then in season 5 at the end they're like, "Yep, the Mind Flare actually was controlling Vecna basically and manipulated him the whole time, and he was a big bad."
Interesting.
But I'm like, season 4, you barely even mentioned him. So I'm like, so they kind of just like, it's a good like I like the lore and stuff of it. It's just they didn't develop it enough. And then I don't want to hear people come at me go, "You should have watched a stage play because a stage play was a prequel and apparently according to the Duffer Brothers was canon." All right, I'm not coming here to watch a stage play. If you want to tell me the lore or you want to tell me the main story of the show, you put it in the show. You don't just be like, "Yeah, you have to watch this theater play to know this make sense," without them having to explain it. No, that's lazy writing. Don't settle for lazy writing, people. Don't get conned. So yeah, long story short, I sound like I'm angry about it. I'm just angry at like fans being divided over a wholesome show. Like it started so small scale and so, what's it called? Heartfelt, warm feeling. And now everyone's making it out like to be like the best show of all time. Like they want it to be the best show of all time. It's not. It was never meant to be. Like people just have way too many high expectations. Like Eric Voss, shout out, not that he cares, on New Rockstars, literally said it himself too. With 11 dying at the end of the show, dying, quotation marks.
Okay.
Like they leave it open-ended, in other words, Cooper. Like you don't like she sacrifices herself, but you don't see her dead body and you don't see her in the thing afterwards. Mike comes up with a theory that she like survived it with this blah blah blah. It's too hard to explain. You haven't.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that's fine.
He came up with a theory that she did survive and went off on her own journey and now living a good life and all that kind of stuff. But you don't actually know. You know what I mean? Like, but Eric Voss also said, I would think that would undermine Eleven and Mike and all that thing even more if she did survive. And I agree. That was a one character that was the anomaly. In season 1, she was a weird stranger thing that came into a regular town, a regular thing, and blew up basically this whole world, right? If she was to survive at the end, then there's still that implication that something later could happen again because she's still there. You know what I mean? Like there's always an army. There's always a government that wants her blood to, try to create something again. If she was to survive, you're basically just being like, yeah, maybe like in 30 years down the road
Let's do
when
season 6.
Yeah, like when they're older, we can just do like a future one when like they're, no, cut that out. No, it's good to have theories and stuff, but she had to die for the town and the world itself to go back to normal. That's the whole point. Normal. It's not like, oh, no, we're living with the monsters now. No, it was just a weird thing for a small little town. So actually, I think that was great. I think that was good writing, and I think it doesn't make people too upset because if you want to believe that she's alive, go for it. But it makes it better if it's not, I think, in my opinion. But overall, I'll be honest, I did tear up during some parts because it wasn't really about the writing or the action or anything. It was just about growing up with them. Like Cooper, I remember watching it in year 7 when it first came out, and I was scared in my
crazy.
pants.
That's
like,
crazy.
When season 1 came out, I was in year 7. Now I'm finished my degree of everything and ready to go into the big world. So it's been that many years, literally 10 years.
That's crazy.
And so for me, it was more of like wrapping up something I remember from my childhood, literally, and closing the bow on it. And I think that's what makes me feel so passionate about it and very good about it. But like that's why I'm annoyed why people want our main characters to die. I grew up with them. Why do I want them to? I don't want to see them pass away. Like little Dustin and little Mike and everything. They're so cute, man. Why like when you imagine going back to watch season 1 and you go, oh yeah, that guy dies when he's older.
Yeah.
Like how upsetting would that be? Like, yeah, like, and the relationships that they formed together in the show was just amazing. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was definitely an end of an era for me, and it was good. I think people
Okay.
are just having too many high expectations. That's my little segment for you guys there. If you're interested about my Stranger Things thoughts.
What would you give season 5 as a whole out of 10?
Season 5 was probably my second least favorite of the whole show. Season 2 being probably the worst,
Hmm.
but that was just because of the plot, the actual acting and the cinematography. Everything was better in season 2.
Okay.
Season 5 is probably I would say maybe like a solid 6.5 to 7,
Okay.
because there is a side character that we never met in the other seasons, and she takes up the whole screen time in this season out of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting.
no offense, Holly Wheeler, like, you're great and everything, but you weren't a main character, and you got more runtime than our main characters. So,
Hmm.
yeah, think on that one for a bit, because that one's an interesting one. So that's another reason I'm
Okay.
like, interesting. Anyway, as a whole for the show, like, as a whole rating for the show,
Yep.
it's a solid, very solid 8.5.
Damn. Okay. All right.
It goes off nostalgia. It goes off those hearty vibes. It's a coming of age story. It's a cool D&D story. It's got cool scary monsters, the atmosphere, the small town, rural vibes. It's got all of it for you. And I'm gonna be the first person. You bet I'll be the first person to cop a whole box set collector's edition, any
Mm.
edition I can get my hands on for Stranger Things. There
Oh
you go.
yeah. Nice. I was gonna ask you for a pitch for Stranger Things for me, but that kind of was it.
I could be,
So
yeah, I was gonna say, there you go. It's
yeah.
great. Like, it is really great. It just
Okay.
hits you in the feels a lot. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe 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 I have to do it.
You
Hey,
have to.
if I do
And then,
Stranger Things, you've got to do Foundation.
okay. Okay, you
All
know
right.
what?
Deal.
I'll
Shake
have
on
to
it.
get Apple Yeah, hold on, let me put my cart
Shake on
there.
it. Yeah.
Not just that, you can actually we can make a video from that. First time watching season 1 of Stranger Things, first time
Yeah,
watching season 2.
that's true. That is true. All right. Well, maybe we'll get to that
That'd be pretty cool.
later. But let's round off the podcast with a little bit of ranking. You know, everyone loves a bit of ranking, and please feel free to do this at home, in the car, on the way to work, whatever you're doing. Rank alongside us. We're going to do blind ranking. So if you pick one, staying there. You can't change it. You got to go with it. I have got a list of the 10 biggest, in my opinion, movies coming out in 2026. Or at least maybe the most in line with what we do.
We like, yeah.
And I'm going to list them off one by one. We're going to rank them in a spot, and then we'll see if we're happy.
Well, yeah,
with our list at the end.
Cooper, you're going to have to do your ranking after of just your legitimate one, because you obviously know where.
Well, yeah, I
what's
know.
coming
I'm
next.
not really. I mean, I'll do it, but anyway.
You would tell
let's
us,
start off with the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, that's actually, you've started off with an absolute banger of like a hard one to place.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I think that's a solid 5.
Yeah. I would almost agree with you.
Reasoning for that being is probably because I love the first one, and I'm excited for the second one, but I think that it did feel a bit still pop culture referencey, and not really as Mario game-esque. So if this one focuses more on the game, kind of Mario Galaxy, I'm gonna love it a lot more.
Yeah, I think Super Mario Galaxy. I played 2.
Yeah, 2 was great.
2 on the Wii was amazing. I didn't play the first one, but yeah, the second one was great.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Clayface.
Oh, I knew you were gonna put this in.
Clayface, for those who don't know, is one of the DC movies coming out next year.
4.
Okay. Oh, that's G.
But don't get me wrong. Don't get it wrong, guys. That's probably one of my most anticipated movies of the whole year, because I love DC and I love Clayface as a character. So I'm just a bit scared. To you guys at home, I don't know what's on the list. So,
again, this is a hype list, not a what we think is going to be good.
The best.
Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday.
It has to be 2 for me. I'm saving the one spot. I'm saving the one spot for something massive, hopefully.
Okay.
Of hype, not of goodness, obviously.
Okay. Let's switch course. There is Minions 3 coming out this year.
Yes.
Didn't even know that until I looked at it. Thought the
Easy.
Despicable Me franchise was over, but anyway.
Number one. In terms of like, I don't know, it's such a meme. I love it. I have to put it at 9. No, have to put it at 9. I do love it though.
All right, just a refresher on what you've got, Jack. You've got Doomsday at 2, Clayface at 4, Super Mario at 5, and Minions at 9.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay, next one. Dune Part 3.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Number one. It has to. Timothy Chalamet. I love what they're going to be doing in number 3, and I think it's going to be more exciting
Dune
than
Messiah is a great book.
I'll be honest here. People love number 1 of the movies more than part 2. I don't like number 1 as much.
I'm in that camp.
No. See, I love part 2. I like the lore of it. I like the action of it. I like the cinematography of it better. I think 1 was a bit too exposition dumpy, which they needed to do. But in terms of rewatchability and stuff, 2 was amazing.
Okay, we should do a Dune segment on the podcast because I love Dune. We love Dune. I think part 1 in the book and the adaptation in the movie is better than part 2, but that's because I didn't really like the second half of the book as much because it was too much.
They kind of gloss over. Yeah,
I liked the galactic political side of it in the first part, and then the second part was all about the Fremen. And not that I don't like the Fremen.
Fremen are good. It's like Tusken Raiders.
They are good, but I just preferred like the galaxy felt bigger when we were looking at that the first part, and then it kind of went small.
That's what Messiah will do, though. Yeah, Messiah. It's going to be expanding.
The end of Dune 2 kind of brought it back to being this galactic wide thing. It's like, hey, all of these like huge ships from all of these allies are literally surrounding the planet and ready to bomb you. What do you want to say? He's like, stuff them.
Bring it on.
Okay, let's do Spider-Man for Brand New Day.
Easy number 3 for me. I like what they're doing with this, and I think they're going to make it a bit more, what's it called? True to what I pictured Tom Holland's Spider-Man to be in his own trilogy before this. I didn't like really what he did in his first trilogy, and this one is going to bring it, I think, him into what he can truly accomplish. And of course, big old number 1 favorite fan of all time, Punisher is in it. So, I'm already excited.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's do Toy Story 5.
10.
Yeah.
Like, look, even Minions is higher, and I am standing firm on that. Toy Story needed to end after 3. Not that I don't like the characters of Toy Story. I just think we're getting to the part where they're starting to, like, especially with the plot. Oh, we're gonna start attacking technology and everything. Oh, come on. We obviously know. Like, don't try to be meta. Don't try to do this. Just relax and make a fun Toy Story movie. That's it. My gosh, we had Forky, and now we're gonna have a technology Kindle bloody Audible thing probably. Oh Lord, just no. We don't need more Toy Story.
Who's gonna voice the Audible app in the movie?
Akin Finwa. Let's move on. You already know what's happening too. Don't even lie.
Oh, that butcher of pronunciation was hilarious.
Yeah, I kind of forgot her name for a second. I was thinking of Akin Fenwa, the circle player.
Oh my god!
At the same time.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Akin Fenwa, by the way. Unreal player. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
All right, you've got 6, 7, and 8 left.
6,
Mandalorian and Grogu. Shut up. Mandalorian and Grogu.
6.
Okay.
In terms of quality, it's probably going to be like bottom of the barrel. I don't think it's going to be that good. I'll be honest, but I'll be surprised.
All right, I feel like you might have cooked yourself, but that's okay.
What's 7?
Supergirl.
I forgot about Supergirl.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, probably put Mario lower now. Thinking about it. I'll give you my ranking after. We'll do 7.
Yeah.
We'll do 7.
Okay. All right, and that leaves the final film at number 8, which is The Odyssey.
Look, that's probably a valid spot. Look, I love Chris Nolan, but in terms of hype levels, like in terms of quality movies, that's probably gonna be like up the top. But like in terms of hype and excitement, especially for discussions and everything, yeah, it's probably gonna be more lower in it, to be honest.
Okay. All right, I will read your list quickly before you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so your unofficial one based on hype: Dune 3, Doomsday, which are releasing on the same day, by the way, which is insane.
How crazy.
Doomsday. Insane. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Clayface, Super Mario Galaxy, Mandalorian and Grogu, Supergirl, Theodyssey, Minions, Toy Story 5.
The only thing that's going to change around with that is I'm going to
obviously Supergirl is going to move up and Mando is going to move down.
Yeah, so I'm going to do June Part 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
What was 4 again?
Clayface.
I'm going to put Clayface there still.
Okay.
I'm going to go Supergirl below Clayface because I think Clayface has more unique art storytelling with it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we've got Supergirl at 5. 6 will be
Super Mario.
No, I'm going to put Mando.
Interesting.
And then Odyssey.
Yep.
Then Mario. And then the rest stays the same.
Okay, Minions, Toy Story, yeah. All right.
I legitimately think that's perfect for me.
Okay, all right. For anyone who was curious, my list was Dune Part 3. Absolutely, that is number one.
We're equal with that.
Then I've done The Odyssey because I love Chris Nolan and I love his last movie and I think that his style of storytelling and filmmaking is brilliant. Then I've done Doomsday. Then I kind of forgot and put Mando and Grogu at 4.
Oh, what?
But I would not put that there. I would put Spider-Man above it and then move Mando and Grogu down to 5. So Spider-Man's 5, but I would put it 4. Then Super Mario, then Supergirl, then Minions 3 because I quite like that it's a franchise.
This low?
Clayface at 9 and Toy Story 5 at 10.
Well, we can see who likes DC more than Marvel.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't really like Superman. Wasn't my favorite movie ever. That's all I've got to base it on at the moment.
But yeah, I'm more basing it on the characters rather than like who's directing or who's filming. DC characters on top, man. DC characters are unique. They're rich. They're filled with emotion, and I love them.
Okay, all right. Yeah. You know what? That's your opinion. That's fine.
Surely we could put our rankings up on the screen, like of our final.
I'll try. I'll try.
Or actually, no, wait. Easier for you guys. We'll whack it in the comment.
Great idea.
Top comment. Yeah, we'll whack
our
rankings in the top comment.
Put your ranking in there as well. When you want to say
so
it.
Put it under the list. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
All right. That brings us to the end of a very lively discussion. Thank you for tuning in. And hopefully you found it enjoyable. Make sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Beyond Coruscant. We are still uploading there. Little shorts, little posts, I suppose. Gibbets, whatever that means. And yeah, I mean, we put our series rankings up there as well. So it'll be good to check out. But again, big thank you. Big year in store. And we will see you throughout the year.
Catch you guys.